guys. Once again, another podcast, more official with visual aid. Hello. Caribbean Viking, Angel right here. To my left is Dr. Cyanide, and right below us is Mr. Homeless Ninja.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone knows what's going on in the world right now, so we're not going to dive into that much at all. So we want to provide you guys with as much information and entertainment as we can. So sit back, relax, hit that bell button, and enjoy the show. Remember, there's only a couple days left of the Desert Octane mystery box announcement for the winner. So if you haven't entered yet, link is at the description below. A couple different ways to enter. It's valued at least $50 because we probably threw $50 in there along with other goodies. So just enter that. We appreciate your support. Thank you so much for getting us over 500 followers. Anyways, so let's go ahead. Let's dive right into it. First on the agenda, we are looking at the Mustang Mach-E 1400. Or are they calling it 1400? Have they confirmed 1400?
I don't know. They probably said just 1400.
Okay, so if nobody has really been paying attention, either if you live under a rock, or if you just hate Ford with a passion, or if you hate electric motors with a passion, if I can actually talk, my goodness. So Ford recently came out with the Mach-E 1400, which is the weird crossover Mustang that they're coming out with, that I believe the one they released is partnered with Ken Block as well. They ended up collabing and made this 1400 horsepower drift missile, essentially.
If I remember from the video correctly, I think it was part Hoonigan and Ken Block, along with Von Gittin Jr. and RTR. Most of the vehicle is customized by RTR, though, and a lot of input was also taken from the Hoonigan team.
Mm-hmm. So we're dealing with a pretty substantial race car. I believe it is supposed to be unveiled at some NASCAR event coming up, right? Or has it already passed?
It's set to debut at a NASCAR race soon, which serves as a test bed for new materials. And soon, just as soon.
Which, I mean, it raises a lot of questions, because I know when we went to Formula Drift in California, there was because this isn't the first electric drift car that's ever been done. There's actually a Camaro out there. That's the first one that I know of. I'm sure someone's probably drifted a Tesla as well before that. But the downside with that is when we did Formula Drift in California, I believe it was Long Beach, they didn't allow him to compete. There was something going on, I think, with like admissions or something like that, that the racetrack wasn't equipped with enough safety in case anything went wrong with that electric car. Which I feel like the same safety they would use for a regular petrol motor, they could probably use the same amount. Maybe I don't know electric fires that well. But it's going to be very interesting to see if this is the turn that a lot of professional automotive sports are going to be going to, is with electric motors.
It'd be very nice. It'd be very interesting to see. I mean, I can definitely see it being also used at a few drift events as well, which would that'd be hella awesome to see. It's got the same power as most of the drift cars there anyways, except it just has that weird little whiny noise to it, and it's all electric. Very interesting. It's more of a big marketing thing though at this point, which, I mean, it is kind of drumming up a lot more hype for the Mach-E itself. And this is a good way to do it, to show off that, you know, electric cars can be just balls to the wall insane as well.
Is it a single drive gear? Like, does it only technically have first gear, or does it actually shift?
Most electric cars, I believe, only have the one gear. It's just on.
I feel like that would be like really hard to drift with, just because it's either 0 or 100 with that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be weird, actually. That is something that we should actually dig a little bit more into, because, yeah, with drifting, you want to be, like, fluctuating between gears and, like, engine braking while going into turns, rather than full on 1400 horsepower taking a hairpin. Like that just sounds terrible.
Yeah,
Well-
if for drag racing, then yeah, I could see how that would be a huge advantage.
Well,
But
according to the video, I don't see a third pedal in the Mach-E, so it might be just single gear maybe. Which, I mean, 1,400 horses on an electric vehicle. I mean, do you really need even more?
Yeah, I would, because if Ken Block decides he wants to do Gymkhana again with that 1400 one.
Well, they did. They did.
Did
They
they?
did. You watched the video, right? Yeah, they had a
No.
whole Gymkhana section. Yeah, you got to watch the video.
Well, just keep Ken Block away from Twin Peaks, because I feel like if he takes that Mustang Mach-E, he
Ken
is
Block
going to
was
go
in the
off.
video.
I understand that, but were they at Twin Peaks? Do you know what video I'm talking about?
I don't, but I know the Unicorn was in the video too.
There's one of them. There's a turn where Ken Block almost went off. Like literally, it was like his wheels were like right on the edge.
Oh, yeah, that stuff. Nah, I didn't see
yeah,
that.
double playground is that turn.
Mm.
So interesting things about the 1400 Mach-E. It does have 7 motors on it, which is 5 more than the Mustang Mach-E GT. So we're talking about a crazy amount of electric motors. There's 3 attached to the front diff and 4 attached to the rear, with a single drive shaft connecting them to the diffs, with a huge range of adjustability. Blah, blah, I don't care. But yeah, this thing has 7 freaking motors, huge, gigantic high performance battery. This thing is just insane.
Now, do you feel like this is Ford's way of just trying to push people to say that this car is cool?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Of
It's a
course.
good little marketing thing too. You show it, and it's
It
probably
feels
not
like a
targeted
big
to us.
marketing thing.
Feels like a what?
It feels like a big marketing thing.
It does feel like a big marketing thing, and it's actually, it's not too bad. They just built like some sort of Franken car out of an electric crossover that not a lot of people were really super hyped for, except for a small handful of people, which I'm somewhat hyped from the Mach-E. That's a pretty killer car. I mean, I wish they would drop the Mustang name out of it, but Mach-E, yeah.
I think that's the big thing, is that it has the Mustang name, and so everyone's like big horsepower, you know. So I think
True.
they tried to like live up to that hype, so people weren't so salty. That
And-
had the
Yeah, and I mean, and that's still the big part on there. Like, I agree with David on that part of it, where if they would just keep it just Mach-E, drop the Mustang part, because I feel like on the drawing board, there's so much doubt for them of doing like, oh, we're gonna do this crossover, because in all actuality, what it has the body style of an Edge with a Mustang front end and taillights of a Mustang. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's the only
Yeah.
thing Mustang about it. So I don't know if it's
like just like what is it, Mitsubishi with the Eclipse. They brought it back as the crossover.
Mhm.
They're pointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well-
that alone was its own freaking just shot in the foot. So
Well, I mean, in Ford's defense, and one thing I've heard echoed before, I mean, it's a lot easier to sell a $40,000 starting price Mustang than it is a $40,000 just Ford anything, just starting like a Ford crossover.
fair.
Mustang names are just for branding, and it might work out for them. I mean, they're targeting Tesla with this sort of vehicle, and then they released the 1400 video just to drum up some hype for it, which it looks like it's doing because everyone's talking about it.
Everyone is talking about it. I will give them that. That is one of the big things on their side, is they do have the attention for car enthusiasts, just because this is such a weird thing.
Mhm.
I feel like it's gonna flop. One, for the amount that a regular one is going to be starting, and then 2, you're not going to see your average Joe in about 5 years putting 7 electric motors in their Mustang.
Oh no. For performance enthusiasts, yeah, this isn't going to be something that's really going to interest them unless it's going to be a daily. I mean, really, the Mach-E, the market that they're targeting, it's not someone who's shopping around for their next Miata, their next Subaru, or a Hellcat or something. I mean, maybe someone who's buying a Hellcat might cross shop this with it, perhaps. as an alternate vehicle if they don't know what they want, just put your fucking head down, Angel.
Nope. Nope.
But the type of person that's going to be shopping for a Mach-E is someone who's going to be looking at a Tesla.
Yes, I will agree with that. And I feel like
Yeah.
between the two, because right now, okay, the Mustang Mach-E is combating what the model, not the model, is it the Model S? The one with the gold wing
3.
doors?
Model 3.
Model 3. I feel like that's what it's competing against, which I believe they're about the same. I think Tesla starts a little bit lower starting price.
Tesla, I think it does start a little bit lower. The main selling point, or the main thing that Ford has over Tesla in that same market segment, though, is that the Mach-E has a lot more cargo space, a lot more room. It's a little bit bigger.
So it's
Model
like,
E is pretty small.
comparing to the
Or
X,
3.
because the X is like the SUV style, or the Y, whichever one. But
I think the Model X starts like at a higher price though. Yeah, it starts at 79 grand. So the chances of someone, yeah.
I think Ford's price is pretty accurate considering that you don't have to buy gas; you just charge it.
Yeah.
And so you get those incentives. You get that much money off a month.
But you do still have to pay for the charges if you're out and about. That is one thing I learned, and I thought was a little goofy.
But they could do like I've looked into buying a Tesla, and some Teslas, especially if you buy them pre-owned from Tesla, you get free supercharging for life. So they could do something like that.
So,
Which
yes. Now, the only thing to keep in mind with that, I forgot who it was I was talking to. So that Tesla program that they had, where like you got free charging for life, is only for the original owner of that. So if you buy it pre-owned from like I think it was the first year of production for all their electric models, you got like a life free charges anywhere you went. But if you went and bought like a used one, it didn't carry over to you.
well, that's the thing. I've looked into buying a used one, and they said that they throw that in there for a certain amount of price. So
Okay.
but I'm not sure. I think it could be like an add-on package.
It could be. Like you pay extra on your loan for the vehicle. Maybe you get it kind of like a service.
It could be like gap insurance for all we know. Like you pay like $15 extra a month.
Fair. And that's
Yeah.
one thing I definitely want to see, because though for any electric car, it's not a pair of like AA batteries that you're just throwing in the charger. I know you're saving a lot on fuel costs, but I'm wondering, what does that correlate with going ahead and charging at home? Like, how high is your power bill going to get?
Right. And that's like another thing, like Tesla's doing solar panels to kind of accommodate for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Karma, I don't know if you guys ever heard of. Well, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Karma before. They, I don't know if they're really supercar territory or if they're like borderline, but that one's an all-electric car. It's a coupe, looks freaking great, like very unique car, and it has solar panels actually on the roof.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look obnoxious.
That sounds
That was like a
dumb.
deal. Their interior is gross.
Yeah. But overall, yeah, that Mach-E, I'm still not holding my breath for it. I mean, it could be the Dodge in me.
It is a Dodge in you. You got too much. You got too many Dodges inside you, dude.
I don't know. I just feel like it's a very far-fetched idea. I think here's what I would do for Ford if I was on their marketing team. I would have pulled a page out of Tesla and just made an electric Mustang.
They did.
A Mach-E Mustang is not a Mustang. There's too
According
many
to who?
doors on that.
According to who?
It's not a Mustang 2.
According to who?
It's just about as good as a Mustang.
Well, wait. It's according to Ford, the guys who made the Mustang to begin with. They get to dictate what a Mustang is. Man, I don't know. I don't think that the people who made it and they own the name and they control exactly what it is can say what it is. That's asking a little too much.
Is when you think Mustang, do you think of a 4-door fat SUV?
I think of a smaller passenger vehicle.
Oh my gosh.
You don't think of a pony car?
Oh yeah, sometimes I'll think of a pony car, but sometimes I also think of a little grocery getter.
I mean, you can call me a boomer all you want on that subject of it. I mean, I'm sure the same thing was said when the Charger came out as a 4-door, but at the same time, it's still, well, if you exclude the first generation of that rebirth of the four-door Charger, since, what was it, 2010? I think it was the last year they did that ugly body style. And in 2011, they did a full-on facelift and facelift, made it look good. Which maybe that's what they need to do on here. Maybe they pulled a page out of Elon Musk's book. Let's make an ugly, iconic car, and then we'll make it better. I'm talking about like the Cybertruck, because that
I
thing.
think they're hoping people buy it just because it has the name Mustang. Because that's what a lot of people are going to do. They're like, oh, I own a Mustang. And they're like, oh, let me see. And like, that's a crossover.
It is, absolutely. It is.
Like, it's still a Mustang. And so I think that's what Ford is hoping for. And plus, since they have like a little bit higher of a price opposed to Tesla's vehicles, it's going to probably force Tesla prices to go down.
Possibly, but Tesla does have another thing on their side, is they actually have variety. Like, you could buy a coupe, you could buy the SUV, you could buy the cheaper economy one. Like, Tesla has a good grip on things, which is awesome, but them going into the truck world, that is one thing I will say Ford has always had a very good grip on, if you exclude the, late 2000s. That part might be a gamble on that end, which I think David and I talked about this. If Ford decides to do a electric truck, that part's going to be interesting.
Well, I think they're already planning it.
How well the Mach-E does first before they dive into that.
Mm-hmm.
So to say they're not in development, or they're waiting to see how this car does first, like for the electric car market. So.
Mm-hmm. And then
I think that they're that they're not even like waiting just to see how the Mach-E does. It's probably just a way to get their technology out there, so that at least people become familiar with the fact that Ford makes an electric vehicle that's a little bit more than just a putt-putt-go car that only has 100-mile range. In all likelihood, if they were going to be making a big push for electric, they would have done an electric truck to begin with instead. But this way it's a branding thing. It's all marketing. It's a way to get their technology out there. It's a way to say, hey, our electric vehicles can be more than just these little go-getters.
So here's an ugly four-door that we made.
Yeah, it's probably. I don't think it's going to last for decades like all the other nameplates. But it's definitely going to have a spot in the market, and people are still going to be talking about it for some time. And then, I mean, they're going to be coming out with their own electric truck soon enough. I mean, they're probably going to be coming out with an electric Super Duty to begin with, because there's so much we can do with electric vehicles.
I mean, and there's also the chance that it's going to turn into the Mustang 2, where people are going to be like, what the hell was the Mustang Mach-E, like 15 years from now?
Hey, don't besmirch it. Don't besmirch the Mustang 2.
I mean, it's just like Chevy with their weird convertible truck thing.
The SSR. Oh,
dude. Okay, so side note, on the SSR, I've talked to a good couple of owners that owned those. As ugly as it is, because owners know that they're ugly, but they say they're super fun to drive, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Motors are great.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, Chevy. We had to do a little pot shot to them, didn't we? But we'll definitely see what happens with Mach-E. I'm not holding my breath for it. I am going to be concerned. Actually, David, this is actually both for you, actually. Here's a question for you. So they did this initial one, the Mustang Mach-E. If they decide to do the truck and call it a Mustang Mach-E truck,
they're not going to do that.
We were saying they weren't going to make a crossover either.
Well, if there's one name that's bigger than Mustang, okay, I mean, it's going to be F-150. It's going to be like F something 50.
Okay. I think it would be like FE 250 or like EF 250.
Well, the E line's already there. Isn't it Econoline? Yeah. So
but that's why they would add. Yeah, they would add it, like what Anthony's saying. They would add it onto name, so it'd be like an EF 150. Which, I mean, that would probably work. That'd be pretty good.
Or F-150E. Or just something like they would fit an E.
If they kept the Mach-E name, like if that was their whole branded name, I think I would be a little bit more on board. I think it's just the fact that it's like Mustang, because now you brought a you brought that muscle car name into
but
the equation of whatchamacallit, electric cars, which will be interesting because I know Chevy's probably going to go and try to develop some kind of Camaro, and they'll call it
No, they're getting rid of it.
Are they?
Yeah, they're getting rid of it.
Oh, because of the new Corvette, right? Or no?
wait, they're getting rid of what?
It just didn't make enough sales. They're getting rid of the Camaro again.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Poor
I
Chevy.
think the production ends in 3 years, if I'm mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think it ends.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that like a few months back that they don't have any plans to continue the Camaro after this next generation.
Wonder what they're planning on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Camaro, what was it? The ZL1 1LE, that thing was just a track beast. And, Chevy, like they always done, like just like they killed the Firebird back in the 90s when it was actually really damn good. Chevy or GM in general, they can't have someone come up and just stab their king, which is the Corvette now. And the ZL1 1LE was getting pretty close to the Corvette, and they just couldn't have that. Yeah, they don't want people they don't want Camaro sales cannibalizing the Corvette.
Fair.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll see what happens with electric cars.
I think it gives Ford room to make a trim like the Mustang Mach-E.
Introducing the new 2025 Camaro. It's going to be a front-wheel drive subcompact electric.
Okay, I'm calling it right now. When Tesla releases their Roadster, that's supposed to do like 0 to 60 in 1.3 seconds or something dumb that. I say that's when Ford comes out with their electric Ford GT.
Oh, dude, that
I'm calling it right now. Calling it right now.
Hot. Oh, I'd love that.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go and shift some gears. That's the Mustang Mach-E 1400. As you can probably tell if you guys actually listen to this all the way through, I think Anthony and David are on board for it.
You're just wrong.
I'm not on board. I'm just kind of I'm just gonna sit back and see what happens.
Yeah, okay, I can respect that. I'm definitely a little bit more cynical toward it, just because I'm just like,
You're wrong.
I hope Dodge will come out with something even more powerful than a Demon. Just like a twin charged hybrid. How awesome would that be?
That is so. It's kind of on subject, off subject. There is talks of them having a inline 4-cylinder turbocharged motor. I don't know if it's twinned. Supposedly putting down about 300 horse from a 4-cylinder.
No, they ain't.
Google it.
I don't need to Google it.
What I'm saying is I hope they come out with a hybrid V8 that is turbocharged as well as supercharged.
Ooh, super turbo.
It's twin charge.
Oh, twin charge. Fair.
Yeah, all that Dodge is doing right now is just hellcatting all the things. Okay,
Hell yeah.
I guarantee you they have almost no R&D invested in electric performance.
Detroit strong.
We need to update this vehicle. What do we do?
I mean, God,
have we put a Hellcat in it
model
yet?
line. I mean, for God's sakes, dude.
They did just release the Dodge Charger Red Eye, which is pretty dope.
Okay, they would put a Hellcat motor in a Dodge Journey before they actually make a performance electric car. Okay, they're gonna ride that thing until it dies.
Why are you putting salt on that? Like that's a bad idea.
Why am I putting salt on that? It's a bad idea. Because eventually they're gonna get all the mileage they possibly can out of that Hellcat motor, and then they're gonna be like, "Well, I guess no one wants to buy any of our remaining Hellcat inventory. I guess we're just gonna go bankrupt again."
Or they'll be like, "How about our Demon inventory? Here's our Wrangler Demon.
Here's our Wrangler Demon Hellcat Satan edition. We're gonna have the unveiling at a Chili's parking lot with donuts and Monster Energy."
Why do you insult Chili's?
No, Chili's is just
it's
Chili's
not Applebee's.
Yeah, but it's where Chrysler is most likely to have a press event for unveiling a new Hellcat model. A Chili's parking lot. Yeah, that's That's what that feels like to me. Okay.
Hey, Chili's is great. Okay.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. They're great. They're
Just
great. That's just their clientele.
And it's okay. Mustang will go, or Ford will go ahead and just build on top of a skyscraper, so if people don't like it, they could just drive right off and just kill themselves.
Oh, no, don't worry. They'd have it at a freaking Burger King parking lot so you hate yourselves more than once.
What's wrong with Burger King?
No, Burger King's fine. It's just you would hate yourself once you eat all that Burger King.
Well, don't eat that much. Their onion rings are delicious.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, let's go ahead and move forward. So speaking of some brands like Dodge, Anthony, you have a new vehicle behind you, don't you?
I do.
What do we? So what am I looking at, man?
This looks like a hatchback
Does
because of the light.
it? Well, it's a sedan. We recently acquired a Dodge Charger GT. It's 2019, and it's pretty.
Anthony, your audio
it's
cut out.
what- Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you now. You were cutting out
I
there.
think I turned around, but yeah, it's a 2019 Dodge Charger GT. So it has 10 more power than the SXT. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like one trim level above, and it has like a better. That's about it.
Let's take a look at it.
Yeah. Ooh, is that Destroyer Gray?
No, it's graphite.
Let's do a
Graphic.
walk around. Let's do a walk around.
Man, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see how this thing is. If you can, flip this camera around so we get a little bit better quality going on.
Let me see if I can do that. Hold on.
I don't know if you can with. We are using Discord. Oh,
There we go.
there we go. Very nice. Okay. Well, is that an official Dodge rag?
Yeah.
Still cleaning it up.
It's all good. It just rained out there. Flex fuel, some E85 action.
It got tuned by Delicious Tuning.
There you go.
So what, you're running on
It
an
has
E85 now?
Yeah.
Oh. Why?
More power.
Why not?
Oh, okay.
Better for the environment. It's a win-win.
It's a super track pack, so you get the Hellcat front end and rear end.
Okay.
Take a look inside. Oh,
You know, that's one thing I really like about Dodge is their interiors are just really nice.
they're not too
Very
cluttered.
surprising.
They're
Yeah.
not very cluttered, but they're comfy. Like it's a happy medium of simplicity, but still a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah. Like the 2 times that I had to take a rental car.
Oh yeah, you drove one of these around for what,
Yeah.
a week?
Yeah, or a few days. No, it was before this as well. It was also a Challenger with the same sort of interior, which I am just surprised by the amount of room and how comfy these cars are. And one gripe I have though is just like we're seeing right here is the informational display that controls almost everything in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, the one thing I didn't like was how I would have to control the climate using that digital screen, and I thought that was kind of dumb. Just give me a freaking knob already.
Ford does the same thing too. I think it's just a newer car thing. I do like climate control though, because the Ford Edge that we reviewed had that to where the passenger could adjust their climate and the drivers could be different, which was nice.
Yeah. I mean, the Dodge Charger does fill that weird market where for a performance sedan, which I can't understand why Ford and GM are just letting that one just sit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because
the
Dodge
Taurus
was there
I thought
first.
was solid.
The Taurus was fine, but it was either front wheel drive or all wheel drive. We don't have any good
Midway.
yeah, we don't have any good like mid-size sedan with rear wheel drive. Which I mean, really, the Dodge Charger is now Dodge's version of the Ford Crown Victoria, like that thing.
Yeah.
Like it's being used in all those other markets, like police use it. Sometimes it's used for
Fire departments will use it too.
Yeah, but I mean, Dodge they hold that. They're freaking king of that market segment, and the Charger's a good vehicle to hold that.
I mean, it's nice because they've done so much variety with it. I know, was it 2 years ago? Or no, I think it was actually upon release. They have the V6 all-wheel drive version of it for people in the snow. So
Lame.
that's super nice.
Lame.
Why is it lame? Why don't you like all-wheel drive?
Well, why didn't they make an all-wheel drive Hellcat? Answer me that.
It's called a Jeep Grand Cherokee Hellcat.
Fair.
So, I mean, if somebody's really gutsy out there, they could just grab the differential from a Grand Cherokee and slap it in there, and then with enough
Right.
money, they'll make it
So-
work.
Anthony, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you pick the thing up for?
I picked it up for 22,000.
And it's like what, a 2019, 2020?
Yeah, it's a 2019, late 2019. So it had all the 2020 goodies, which you get the actual true dual exhaust.
Not no
The only thing that
cutouts.
this car, huh?
Not no fake exhaust cutout. Looking at
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Lexus.
Yeah. The only thing that this car didn't come with was the Brembo brakes. Which came actual.
Hellcat.
So
Yeah.
I could actually just buy the brakes and throw them on here, but
Yeah,
we just daily drive
yeah, you're not doing anything too gnarly enough yet.
yet.
But no, I've actually driven that newer body of Charger before. Super comfy. It does have some get up and go, which is super nice. So it does help with, I'm not talking track status, but I'm saying like in and out of traffic to weave yourself out. Although it looks like a big car when you're actually driving it. I mean, Anthony totally tell me I'm wrong, but I felt like it didn't feel that big while driving.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as boaty as everyone makes it out to be. Especially like after the tuning and stuff, which they run E85 standardly, but I had it tuned solely for E85, and now it has even more pep. Like I think right now they said that I should be pushing 30.
You cut up there. Say it again.
I think I'm pushing like 330 to the wheels right now. So
yeah, from my experience, at least from like the ST community friends that we have, I've noticed a lot of people who do E85 tuning usually see an increase of about like 30 to 50 horsepower just off of that tune. So
yeah,
and it's better for the environment.
I have no chicken in that race. I have no idea.
Horn is always interesting.
It is. But because we've been here before numerous times, Anthony, what are your plans with the Charger?
Uh-oh.
In 3 months, are we going to have to say, well, Anthony sold that one? And
well, we're going to be honest here. It's bank owned. I didn't buy it cash. So it's going to be here a while.
Okay.
We may supercharge it here in the next year or so. I have a suspension kit for it. It already has an aftermarket filter. The exhaust I'm kind of dinking around with because it's pretty expensive for these cars because it's the same exhaust system as a Hellcat. Hellcat exhaust systems are pretty pricey. So
yeah, and I always say just go to a local shop, support your small business, and just cut the mufflers off, and just weld pipes out the end. I'm not saying just cut the muffler off and then have just sitting in the middle of the car, just blowing fume out.
Yeah, the only thing about that is I don't want it to sound like a. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear it sound like a what?
I don't want it to sound like a 350Z.
It
So that's
won't.
Yeah.
It's hard to match a VQ. No, those
could.
Penistars actually sound pretty good straight piped.
No, it would sound like it, which I mean, it sounds like shit. Yeah, he doesn't want it to sound like shit.
Fair.
Yeah.
Borla. Anyways.
We'll see.
Awesome. Well, I mean, it's a dope looking car as it is.
Yeah.
I love the Hellcat accents on there. Just please don't put a Hellcat badge on there. That's all I'm asking.
Unless we buy like a Hellcat Hemi to throw in, which, from what I'm understanding, they do bolt up to the transmission.
I can believe that.
Oh yeah, because yours is it the 9-speed?
It's an 8-speed.
8-speed, 8-speed. 9 speeds are I think Chrysler's side of it with the 200s. So disregard what I just said.
Like Chrysler still makes the 200.
I don't know. Honesty.
I think they discontinued it.
I think they did too. I think it's just the 300. I think
And the Pacifica.
freaking Pacifica. Jim Gaffigan.
But from I'm getting a lot of like information from people, but from what I understand, it's the same bell housing, so it may fit. I may just have to change the rear differential gear ratio. That we Hellcat motor, but we'll see. I don't really know what the plans are with this car. I just kind of bought it. Like, cool.
Yeah, I mean Hellcat one. I mean, if you were to do like a crate motor, you might as well pay the little extra and just get the full on car rather than just the motor. Because I think the Hellcat,
just the motor, $10,000 right now. Crate.
Is it really that cheap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was still up there toward like the $50 mark.
No, that's the Elephant.
That's what I'm thinking of. My bad. David, did you find anything as far as Chrysler's lineup?
Yeah, Chrysler only makes 3 vehicles. They make the Pacifica, the 300.
Damn it! Wait, so
and the Voyager.
The hell's the Voyager?
It's a smaller minivan, I guess. They make 2 minivans in the 300.
What?
And I hate that they got rid of the SRT 300.
Well, technically, you can still package up the 300 to a 300C, and you can add on a sporty appearance packaging that has SRT fog lights. And that's it. The only motor available is the 5.7 Hemi. And the 8
for the Voyager?
No, that's for the 300. That's for the 300.
Yeah.
Oh, so they do come with V8s.
Yeah, the 5.7 V8, the freaking one they've been using since 2005.
So that's why I was like concerned.
What about the Pacifica or the Voyager? I mean,
Voyager probably only has a Tiger Shark.
Voyager
2.4.
3.6.
So they have the Pentastar
with a 9-speed.
So wait, what the hell's the difference between a Voyager and a Pacifica then? Because I just looked at the picture; it looks almost the same.
Size, probably.
It's probably like the Expedition and the Expedition XL,
or the Explorer,
Explorer.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're talking older ones.
No, it's definitely size, dude. The Pacifica is gigantic, and the Pacifica comes with a freaking Pentastar with a 9-speed. Oh God. Or at least that's the top of the line package, which they call like the Red S package or something. What is it called? Yeah, the Red S edition. A sporty minivan. My God.
Dude, I'll tell you one thing. I know minivans aren't anybody's cup of tea, but they are light enough to actually put down some power with those big V6s.
Dude, I've seen a freaking video of a Chrysler Pacifica with the Pentastar beat an FRS in a drag race.
Well, first off, it's an FRS.
Yeah. Yeah.
They make 176 to the wheels. So it's
yeah, so pretty sure most minivans can go ahead and take that out.
Yeah, so Chrysler still deserves shade, but Anthony, I like your car. It's very nice, man.
Yeah, we are going to be doing a Sunnyside review on that, so everyone stay tuned for that, where this guy...
We're also going to be doing this car and that truck eventually.
Yup.
Zoom in, enhance.
He has so many cars. Like, he's always had so many cars.
Enhance.
Oh, look at the blue sky. There we go. Oh, I see a Subi.
I like that. I like both those.
I like those wheels. I like the wheels on the truck. Like, it definitely pulls it together better.
Yeah. Just got them.
Nice.
And then for the truck, we also got this baby.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were doing the newer interior.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
I already got the rear doors done.
Oh, it's like a look. So it does everything. It's all legit. Like it actually fits and everything. Like snaps into place. No zip ties required.
Yep.
Oh, the anticipation. Oh,
Nope,
there it
they
is.
snaps right in
Nice.
here because I'm doing the turbo swap.
There we go. I think Anthony may have walked a little too far away from this Wi-Fi. We were getting a little laggy there.
Yeah, we were.
Awesome. Alrighty. Well, Anthony, we look forward to seeing what you do at your Charger. We are very excited to drive it, and
Oh yeah,
looking for the best for it.
gonna hoon the hell out of it.
Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and mount up for the next segment.
Oh boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need you all to just, put on your favorite
Camo.
your favorite Luke Bryan song, and
Favorite hunting rifle.
and your cowboy hat, and strap
Your
in for
favorite domestic violence issues.
your favorite times of yelling in the Whataburger parking lot at 11 at night. The Ford Bronco.
Oh, we're talking about the Bronco.
He's like, I can get my Whataburger real quick.
Ford Bronco, the official car of my parents have problems, and that's why I'm mean to everyone.
And I have no intentions of starting a family. That's why I'm going to go with a 2-door Bronco.
Ford Bronco, the official car of I smoke 3 cigarettes on my break and only takes 2 minutes to smoke 1.
Ford Bronco trying to go ahead and harness a name and try to make a quick buck off of it, and then probably go discontinued after a year of production.
Ford Bronco, the official car of marital problems.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Do you have vinyl on the
What is that?
Oh, that's like your... Don't you have a shirt with that pattern? That's pretty dope. Don't you have a shirt with that same pattern?
Yeah.
Nice.
We got Hunting Anthony over here.
Hey, times are crazy right now.
Huntsman Anthony.
So, Ford just announced that they are confirming bringing back the Bronco. We have trims, the new Bronco. I don't know how I feel about this.
I love it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I love it.
I love it too.
Do you feel like it's too much of a nostalgia, though, that's the reason why everyone's loving it?
Not at all.
No, I like it for, besides it not being a V8, like its off-road capabilities just please me.
Which, yeah, because Ford hasn't had an off-road vehicle since, the Ranger back in the day, if you can even classify it as that? Or the Raptor. The Raptor.
Is everyone forgetting the Raptor?
Yeah, that's also starting at, $70,000.
Yeah.
Well, so I'll say their marketing looks good. I like the commercial that they did for it.
The commercial is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
What's the starting price? I think it said 30, 38, or 39, right?
I'm looking for it. Kind of. I'm looking at a giant press release thing that they sent out about it, and it doesn't say anything about prices. I think perhaps.
Well, I know
I could just reserve it.
I remember it was like the mid-30s.
Mid-30s. Well, is it going to be a practical car for an everyday person? Because unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because to each is their own. But I feel like a lot of people are just daily driving a lot of off-road cars.
Right.
Like
28,500 starting.
Oh, okay. So under 30,000 before registration and all that.
Yeah. Anthony?
It's going to be the same story as the Wrangler. Like the Wrangler is about that.
But the
Wrangler, pavement princesses, you have off-road monsters. It's just going to be a mix of the bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Now, are people going to be able to use this for towing? Because I feel like yes, because I feel like there's.
Not what it's paid for.
I understand that, but people do it still, though. Because I've seen a Raptor towing. I think you were with me when we saw the boat freaking sagging super hard on the Raptor because that suspension's so soft.
Right. But that's the owner's fault because I've learned that they have canisters where you can adjust the stiffness of the suspension.
Oh, so that guy was just a dumbass.
Yeah, he did know. But I don't know what kind of suspension setup the Bronco is going to have. Like, is it going to come with? No, but it could have like a really low tow rating because essentially it is on Ranger chassis.
Hey, David has the tow ratings right here.
Let's hear it.
They have specifications. Maximum tow capacity. This is for the brand new Bronco, not the Bronco Sport. And this covers both the 2-door and 4-door, because apparently the standard Bronco, you can get in 2-door or 4-door with a manual and then those motors I was talking about earlier. But, and then the Bronco Sport apparently only comes in 4-door. I'm not looking at that one, though, because no one cares about that one right now. But maximum tow capacity, 3,500 pounds.
That's not terrible, but that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, for an off-road car, I guess that's good, because I think... David, would you mind bringing up the Gladiator? I think it's about the same territory, isn't it?
I guess I will.
Because, I mean, that's really what Ford's competed against. It's the Gladiator, the Tacoma, and then the Wrangler, too. Like, it's just all the off-road cars. Or trucks, I should say.
Build your Gladiator. Just stand. This is going to take a minute to talk amongst yourselves.
It's all good. David's getting absorbed into the greatness that is Jeep. I will say I love the Gladiator with a passion.
I do too. My wife hates it.
Why? I mean, it's ugly. I get it.
Awkward.
It is.
It looks a little awkward.
The stock ones, if they put, I think it's some 33s, like tires, it pulls it together better. Like, it's weird that they don't come stock that way.
If you add a headache rack or a camper on the back, it makes it look like a long...
like a Humvee.
That looks bad.
Yeah.
That looks good.
I like that a lot, which, I mean, the Gladiator alone, just super nice. I've always loved Jeeps. I love Jeeps. So...
Yeah. The Gladiator can do 4,000 to 4,500.
Okay.
Now, this is why it makes me think, though, that the Bronco is kind of targeting the Wrangler, though, in the whole price performance kind of segment, especially being able to go off-road, having removable doors, and the tow rating, because the 2020 Wrangler, that tow rating is 2,000 to 3,500 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, which it's a Wrangler.
It's a Wrangler.
Like, and you can beef up your towing capacity.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not, but I feel like the same people that are going to be towing with a Jeep Wrangler are the same people that tow with like a Ford Fiesta.
I feel like the same people that are going to be towing with the Wrangler are the same people that go to the mall and they say, yo, bro, you want to go out to the lake this weekend and throw back some brewskis? Yeah, disrespect women. That's what it's going to be like.
You have to think about who's going to be buying this vehicle, because...
The same people.
Right.
The same people with a Can-Am, so they're literally just going to want something that's going to be able to haul their Can-Am out to the desert, and then...
The same people. Yeah.
Some kid in his early 20s, mid-20s, or a guy who's older and has a Super Duty, and also has a Bronco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same people that have legitimately considered getting a Miller Lite tattoo once in their life.
Yeah, the frat boy part of it, you know, he's not going to be able to afford like a 40-foot trailer and try to tow.
Fair.
He's just going to rent a U-Haul and show off to his girlfriend.
All I'm going to say is Jay-Z drives a Jeep Wrangler, so that's all I'm going to say. Is OJ going to buy the new Bronco?
Isn't he in prison still?
He might be.
No, he got out a little bit ago, I think.
Won't be long if he goes back in.
Right.
Yeah.
Stealing more memorabilia.
I don't even know if the Bronco comes in white, now that I think about it.
It should. Oxford white is like the pinnacle of Ford.
It is a gorgeous white that Ford has.
Yeah, it is.
I think the release had it as an orange, right?
Yeah. One of their release ones looked like that.
Whatever that first on race day orange or whatever, the Mustang, okay, I'm gonna say that
first on race day.
Mustang has the weirdest ways of naming their colors. Like, they can't just name it something normal. It always has to be a freaking sentence. Like it can't just be like, Dodge has Destroyer Gray or Snow White, like easy
B5
colors. Yeah, B5 blue. Super easy. There's the paint code right there. But no, Ford's got to be all like, no, because every Ford owner is like, oh, I love your green Mustang. It's not green. It's sublime corn for Detroit.
Lime
God,
rock.
it's puke ectoplasm.
Oh, man. But yeah, I don't know why Ford has to be so extra on their colors.
Oh, no, yeah, it does come in Oxford white.
Nice.
Just, yeah.
Does it come in that cool turquoise blue that the 2019
No.
Mustangs come in?
No. At least I'm looking at the 2021 Bronco Sport because that's the only one I can build in price right now.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, not the base one with the removable top and doors that I was talking about.
Didn't
Don't know why.
the Bronco have like the Bronco 2 that came out shortly after the initial release back in the day?
I think so.
Everything had a sequel for Ford back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like it. Mustang 2.
Yeah, everyone was all about sequels back then.
So how long until you think somebody's going to swap a 5.0 motor into that Bronco?
As soon as it comes out.
Dude, as soon as it comes out, that's gonna be it. That's like asking That's like asking like, hey, when this new Super comes out, do you think anyone's gonna swap a 2JZ into it? I mean, it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. It's gonna be like the
when
first thing that people do.
Out, or when it was relaunched, I should say, someone threw a Hellcat motor in it immediately.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Even before it was actually like on the lot, they pre-ordered it, had it delivered to their house, and they threw it in Hellcat.
Yeah.
And we love those people. But I don't know. The Bronco is definitely one of the ones. I don't know if it's just going to be one of those nostalgia things of like X amount of years ago, the Bronco was released, so here it is. Like, I don't know. I guess it will depend on the success, especially with everything going on right now, to see car numbers are not looking the greatest. Like, I think Dodge is like the top seller right now, which is kind of weird because they usually aren't. Usually Chevy and Ford do hold that. They just kind of bounce back and forth. So it's interesting to see Dodge in that category now. But because I feel like not a lot of people are buying brand new cars given the state of the economy currently, to see, is this just going to be a special edition? Like, okay, here's a Bronco, we did it. And then maybe Ford is going to retract because of all the stuff going on with the Mach-E now. Maybe they're going to wait a couple years and then re-release the Bronco again, and then we'll have the Bronco 2.
I don't think it'll go. I think they'll hold on to the Bronco. And
We'll see.
all in all, it's better than the Blazer.
Yeah.
God, dude, why do we need to talk about that freaking garbage? That freaking front-wheel drive piece of trash.
Well, because, like I said, GM's running out of ideas.
They really are. Dude, they just need to come out with an affordable SS, or just take that body and throw their V6 in there. Get into the full sedan game.
The Blazer is a classic case of Chevy for once not waiting for to release something.
And we see what happens.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Watch them come out with the Blazer, because I don't think they'll come out with the Trailblazer instead. Watch. Chevy will do that next year.
Blazer K5. Blazer K5. They're going to call it the Blazer K5.
There we go.
And it's going to be like, oh, yeah, we were totally planning on releasing this just so long ago. It's been in development for so many years. We're going to directly compete with the Bronco.
That's a Blazer. No, we're discontinuing that.
Yep.
No, that's a model that hasn't been selling as well, and therefore we're discontinuing it. Here's the Blazer K5.
And here's the made-up awards that we did to say that it's better than
JD
everybody
Power.
else. That one's a JD Power. We made
There's
up this
all
award.
JD Power initial quality awards. Oh, does that mean after like 30 days it's going to be a piece of crap?
Dude, I love that guy. I love that guy in his videos so much.
Initial quality is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Does that mean like
it's
when you get
before it
into
got
it,
sold?
it's nice for like the first 2 days?
Everything is plastic.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yep.
And they're going to be like, oh, no, we didn't do this in response to Ford at all.
Oh, Chevy. Always playing catch up. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I have a little bit better hope with the Blazer than the Mach-E. I think it's just because the Blazer is still an off-road vehicle. Once again, call me a boomer, but yeah, I'm very happy Ford to not mess this one up, because at least it's still the same.
To give y'all like some coverage on what we're looking at here. Okay, so according to specifications for the new Bronco, the standard Bronco, not the Bronco Sport, comes with the 2.3 liter EcoBoost or the 2.7 liter EcoBoost. That's for the standard Bronco that comes in 2 or 4 door, and both those motors pretty much are along the same lines of what is going into the Ranger chassis. So for the Bronco Sport, though, which is a little bit weirder considering this name, Sport is in the name. That one only comes with either a 1.5 liter EcoBoost with auto start and stop technology or the 2.0 EcoBoost. So it's seeming like the Bronco Sport is more of like your everyday vehicle.
Isn't the
Like not off-roading.
1.5 what was in the Fiesta?
It might have been. I don't know. Ford EcoBoost motors. I'll find out.
Yeah, find out that power, because I feel like that's going to be... No one's going to have a good time with that motor, especially because the Bronco's not the lightest vehicle.
That we know of. I don't know if have they released the weight. I mean, newer cars in general are heavy attack, but
Yeah.
EcoBoost, just the tune, you're solid. Like you'll have.
Yeah, but this is a very small one.
Well, it could be the 1.5 liter EcoBoost that went into the Ford Escape from 2017 to 2019, and that thing put out about 180 horses, which isn't too bad for something that tiny.
130 to the wheels. But that's an Escape. Like the Bronco, because it's a rear wheel drive, they're not doing a front wheel drive version of it, correct?
Not that I saw. You know what? When I'm looking at the crap. Let me see if I can share my screen with you guys. Because when I'm looking at this, okay,
Hang on.
do you see how that image is looking? Yeah.
Oh, that's totally rear wheel drive.
Well, no, that looks like it's front wheel drive because this is a side profile of a cutaway of the Bronco, and you can see the accessory belt here facing the.
I think that's the all wheel. That's the 4x4 because you could see the different. You could see the drive shaft right there above the exhaust.
Yeah. Well, I mean, advanced 4x4 is included. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But, I mean, okay, then if it's only that way because it's 4x4, then are you telling me if it was only two-wheel drive, if they would move the entire orientation of the motor?
Yeah, because the Renegade does that too with their little 4-cylinder.
Let me go to the base model. The freaking they all come with 4-wheel drive anyway. So yeah, see, and we still have the accessory belt facing the front passenger side tire, which that looks like a transverse motor. So I mean,
you still have the 1.5 though. I think you want to bring up the if you bring up a different trim on there, because
my god, let me just go to the freaking Badlands edition. Just go back down. Oh, look at that! Oh, it's still facing the front passenger side tire.
That's still a 4-cylinder.
I think the Bronco Sport's going to be it's only going to be either front wheel drive or 4-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like.
That's what it's looking like. And I mean,
it could just be all wheel.
Well, they don't have it advertised. Yeah, because usually that's the difference between like there's 4x4, there's 4-wheel drive, and then there's all-wheel drive. It's that whole market because of Subaru as well, and then I think Mercedes added to it as well, just made the whole understanding of when all 4 wheels are moving or being driven power, it just kind of gets weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. The Bronco Sport to me is just seeming like your everyday someone just wants an SUV, but they don't want a giant SUV, so they get the Bronco Sport. And if someone wants something relatively cheap that they can just take off-road, throw off the doors and then the roof and then knock back a few natty lights and just, hoon around the freaking desert, then they're going to want to get the standard Bronco.
Fair.
Yeah. I like it. I think it'll do pretty good.
Well, we'll see how everything, because right now it's all just because it hasn't officially been released, right? Like we're not going to see one driving on the road yet.
No.
What's the towing capacity of a Ranger?
Oh god.
Very. Because we're talking about the newer Rangers, yes.
3,500 pounds.
So Gladiator territory.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the Gladiator can do
4,000.
4,500
That's
to
what it is.
like
4 to 45.
5,000. Yeah, the 3,500. That's Wrangler territory.
Never mind. That's what I was thinking. No, I
Yeah.
thought you said the Wrangler was like 2,000 something.
No, the Wrangler's about the Wrangler is about 2,000 something to 3,500.
Okay. Well, all in all, looks like we're going to get more off-road vehicles. I'm very interested to see what Toyota decides to do, because they've had a pretty big grip on the off-road market with the Tacoma and the 4Runner. So
I don't think they're budging. I don't
They ain't gonna budge. They ain't gonna budge, dude.
yeah, well, I mean, the Tacoma hasn't really changed much over the last 8 years.
Yeah,
Here's the new Toyota MR2 front engine, front wheel drive.
yeah. I don't think they'll really budge, just because it's like the Japanese. They're like, what's good? They'll leave it.
You cut out.
Yeah, you cut out there.
Well, what I said was the Japanese. They'll leave like things alone for a while until new technology extravagantly.
Oh my God, is that a segue into our next subject?
Oh boy.
Oh my God, I think it is, David.
Japanese car companies.
I heard your. So before we hit record on this, David told us how excited he was for this last segment, and I think David said too he was going to put one on pre-order.
I know what you're doing. I don't like it.
Oh man, David, what car are we talking about now?
We ain't talking about anything because Nissan has not announced
So
this is just conjecture. This is just a rumor.
For the 10th year in a row, Nissan has not changed.
There we go.
Just like NASCAR.
Thank you. Thank you for joining our TED Talk. We're going home now.
Okay, so here it is, 400Z by Nissan. Going off of the 370 and 350, I was like, it was 380. They didn't do a 380, I don't think. We're looking at another coupe that Nissan is apparently working on. What's weird is, Nissan hasn't come out to say exactly what this is, but there's a lot of information floating around. I don't know if this is speculation.
This is all speculation. Okay, listen, the freaking article that is coming from Car and Driver about the Nissan.
Hang on, share your screen with us.
400Z.
Let's see what happens, because you were explaining this earlier. Go and share your screen. Let's see what happens.
God. Okay. Sharing my screen. Okay, so we're looking at this article. Here's a render of what they think the 2021 Nissan Z will be. Okay.
Hang on, look at those copper Brembo brakes, though.
I don't know.
I don't like that. That's a weird color combo to do the Polaris yellow with the copper. If
you ask me what I think about this design, okay, I hate it. This looks like a fake car in Grand Theft Auto. Okay, this looks like something you would just. Yeah, this looks like something you would steal from the rich area of Los Santos and just drive around and crap until you flip it over and wreck it.
You know what it actually looks like? Hang on, go back up. You know what this actually looks like? The bubble butt Mitsubishi Eclipse.
A little bit, yes. With a longer front hood.
Yep.
But no, this is stupid. I mean, this is just an artist render. So let's scroll down, and then it's like, oh hey, Nissan's iconic Z car will be all new for 2021. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that means we have more information about that. You click on this, it's still Car and Driver. And it says 2021 Nissan 400Z will revive the Z car's legacy with twin turbo V6 power. It's like a redesign's finally coming, and it sounds promising. And I scroll down, I'm like, oh, okay, so like, where's the information about like where it came from? Oh, it's a sneak preview. It's a leak from product development plan, spy photos, and I'm like, okay, here's a link right here. The next generation Nissan sports car is finally on the horizon. And I click here, and I'm like, oh, okay, so. It's the same article we originally opened. Why is this so redundant? Like there's no information here. This is literally like this is a freaking wish list for the 400Z. That's what this is. Okay?
And I mean that warranty and maintenance coverage, like you could put that for literally every single car. I'm sure you could just copy and paste that super quick.
Nissan's basic warranty is just that. It's a standard warranty. Oh wow, yeah, this is great journalism. And national
what I-
safety and
yeah,
features.
which every car has to have.
Yeah, neither the National Highway Traffic Administration or whatever the other one is have crash tested the 400Z, and they likely won't either as one regular test sports car, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God. The 400Z will likely showcase the latest features. Freaking likely my ass. The thing does not exist. This does not exist. This is being just talked about in boardroom meetings occasionally. This does not exist.
Ooh, they'll
The
get a new
car does
logo
not
apparently.
exist.
I think they're going to change it very minimally, or just leave it the same and put it.
Yeah, this right here, like saying that the 400Z is going to have the twin turbo V6 in it from the GTR for
No.
465 horses.
It won't.
Uh-uh.
Though. That's the thing the article's saying is it probably won't have the GTR one. It'll instead have the Q60 one instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I misread that because I was in rage.
You're already anger read
I was
mode.
so angry. Yeah. We expect a price hike to the mid 40,000s. That's going to kill the brand, okay? No one is going to spend 40 grand on the Z, okay?
Yeah, I mean, unless
They
the Nismo
really aren't.
edition decides to come out turboed, that's going to be the.
No, it's not. It's not. Nissan isn't. They're gonna just add some red accents to it, drop the ride height by like half an inch, and then add like what, just special premium alloy wheels, and then tack on 10 grand, and that's it.
Well,
This
the
is going to
issue
kill the Z.
is Nissan hasn't reached out to Fast and the Furious yet to showcase their new car.
Or
Yeah,
Transformer.
that's
Or
why it doesn't
Transformer.
exist. That's why it doesn't exist.
So, I don't know. Like, Z's alone, Nissan alone, I think the only difference, I saw this the other day because it made me do like a triple take, is I was in line to get some coffee, and I'm behind this Nissan, and it has the back end of a Juke, the front end of a Juke, and then I kind of look down and it says Nissan Kicks. I'm like, what the heck is a Kicks? And it's just like a newer Juke, essentially. They just gave it a different name, and I'm like, is this your way of like, hey man, we got a new car, we got this new car? Oh dude, I hated the Juke that you sold me last year. No, this ain't no Juke. This is the Nissan Kicks. Comes with a free box of
Slightly
Kicks.
sweetened balls of greatness.
I mean, dude,
Like, I don't know what this brand is doing, to be honest, because they don't have an off-roading market. Their sports car market is like minimal. That
They do have a Super Duty market because they have the
Titan Cummins.
oh god, because you see so many of those on the road.
It's the V8 Cummins, which I've heard is garbage.
I can believe that.
Yeah, that was the.
But they also there's also been speculation on a new Sylvia, and
That's nah,
Well,
son.
I see
That
them
ain't happening.
partnering with Subaru before they go and do that. To be honest, like trying to make something up, and watch that be the
they'll make another FRS, but it'll be Nissan.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, also, okay, even if the Nissan 400Z is in some sort of planning and development stage right now, I guarantee, if I'm a betting man, I'm going to put down money and say it's going to get canceled immediately too. Okay, the case in point. All right, we have Volkswagen a number of years back. Okay, they were planning on the Golf R400, which is supposed to be like a 400 horsepower freaking Golf R. This thing was going to be insane. It was going to be freaking killer. I mean, me and my wife were legitimately looking at putting down a reserve on something like that because it was just so awesome. It sounded amazing. It sounded great. There was a lot of interest for it. And then Dieselgate happened, and then they canceled it. Now, to put it over to the flip side, okay, it's not a specific situation that's happening in Nissan, but we do have a global pandemic that is immensely slowing down car sales. So with something like that, I feel like if this isn't planning development, it's going to be canceled because of how down car sales are, and they're going to be instead investing those funds into their like midsize or compact or crossover segments, which no one gives a crap about any of those either.
No, because
I think they just weren't going to come out with it to begin with, because even the GTR hasn't changed since it came out. They just updated the face.
Yep. No, they're gonna ride the 370Z chassis until they go bankrupt, and even then, there's still going to be a few hundred 370s sitting in a warehouse somewhere that no one wants to buy. God, it's so stupid.
It's the same story with Mazda. Like, where's the RS?
Well, Mazda at least came out with like the new Miata. I mean, there's something.
But they never discontinued the Miata.
Yeah, it's because it
And the
sells.
Miata changes like every 5 years.
It's because it's hey, they're better than Nissan. Are you kidding me? 5 years?
I'm saying like they're not coming out with an RX series because emissions now,
You're cutting up there, Anthony.
especially with emissions nowadays, it's very hard to come out with a new car with a new motor. And I think a lot of production companies are afraid that they'll invest all this money in R&D for a new motor, a new car, and then it'll flop.
Or maybe their warranty companies that they do contracts with are all like, we're not warranting a rotary motor.
Yeah. I mean, guys, the freaking 400Z, like I said, all of these articles, every single article you're seeing about the 400Z, these are all stupid wish list articles. The 400Z is not going to happen. There's just no way, dude.
Especially now.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now.
Like I said, if there was any semblance of it being planned, no, the coronavirus, the whole situation that it's causing, dude, it's just a nail in the coffin for the Z.
Or the Nissan 400z E
Oh, geez.
with 1,500 horsepower with 8 motors.
If they were gonna go electric with it, I guarantee you it would just be a freaking like reskin. It would be a reskin of the Leaf. Okay, they call that the 400Z.
It'll be like a Juke and a Leaf.
It has a 400-mile range. That's it.
And the 370Z was in the room, and they were like, "All right, you're the father."
Yep. One crazy night, and then got with the Leaf.
I mean, dude,
you never know. You never know, because
I do.
We could be having this conversation like 2 years ago. Remember when they were talking about making the Mustang a crossover, and a lot of us were like, "No, they're not going to do it."
I felt like that was more likely to happen than a new Z happened. Okay.
Back then, I think we were thinking like they're getting rid of the 2-door coupe and replacing it.
Dude, I thought 2 years ago they were just going to be getting rid of the Z anyways, and I still think the same thing 2 years later. My mind hasn't changed. They haven't done anything to change my mind. They haven't done anything with the Z. Ooh, yeah, the new 2021 model year comes with Apple CarPlay now. Oh, yeah, big freaking whoop.
I mean, Apple CarPlay is actually really good, though.
Yeah, it's not like everyone else has had that for the last 5 or 6 years.
I love Apple CarPlay. Like, it's one of the best things for stereos.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, that's been like a standard feature on cars for like so long now, okay?
I do think if they raise the price, though, they're just going to put their mouth and shoot them.
Yeah.
They're already putting their foot in their mouth and shooting themselves.
Well, I feel like what most, and not just Nissan, I feel like all car manufacturers need to do is they need to hit that lower market, because that's all that's really going to be selling probably for the next like 2 years or so. Given everything that's going on, everyone's trying to keep their money to themselves because we have no idea what the hell is supposed to happen. So yeah. I feel like if manufacturers aim for the lower lines, that's what's going to keep their money going. Because I feel like, then again, I'm not rich, so I don't know, but I feel like somebody who's watching their money, and we have those people who lease their cars and they'll hold on to the car for like a year and then swap it out and just kind of keep rotating it. But I feel like most people are going to aim for lower ones to try to keep as much value as possible.
Right.
So, yeah, David's excited for the Nissan 400Z.
Oh, God, get out of here, dude. No, dude, I swear. God, for the love of God, this article's so bad, okay? Like, freaking, oh my God, I'm going to share my screen again. Jesus, this is seriously a wish list, okay? So, here we go. Yeah, I know y'all are getting in. Here we go. It says, like, starting at 4,500 estimated for the Nissan 400Z. I'm like, oh, that's cool. View specs. That's not the 400Z.
Hang on, do the drop down. Okay.
It just gives me options for the 2020.
No, there's not even a 2021 code.
No, there's not. There's just 2020. Dude, this, oh my God. Look at this. 2007 to 2020. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The Mustang has had 2 redesigns since this.
Haven't they had 4?
Probably. Okay, so let's see.
Because they had
07,
the
08,
big grill
09.
one.
2010, the new body style. 2011, the new motor. And then 2013, refresh body style. 2014, still the same. 2015, the
2019.
whole new generation. 2016, 17, that was good. And 2018, refresh body style. For the love of God, yeah, the Mustangs had like 4 changes, big ones, while this thing has been in production. What in God's name has this changed? Oh yeah, let's do coupe. Oh, 350. Oh well, it's 350. Whatever. Freaking when did the 370 come out? It was out in 2009.
So
See? Oh my God. Let's do 350 and then trim. I don't care. Oh, that's cool. 370. 370. Let's do.
Freaking.
Oh God. I hate the Z car so much.
I think you just hate them because you feel like their engineers are lazy. I feel like that's
Their
where
engineers are
it's at.
very lazy, dude. I just hate someone that's just riding on their laurels. I can't believe anyone is still actually. I would be surprised if anyone's actually buying these things new off the lot at all.
You
I mean,
could
come on, man.
you could pull up to see what their sales were for 2019.
I'm gonna do it right now. 2019.
Because what was it when I was doing it?
They sold a ton of Versas, a ton of.
I'm gonna say for the Z class specifically, I'm gonna say they maybe sold pushed, let's say 6,000 units last year.
Last year for the 370Z,
Yes,
50.
it's like a third of that, dude.
it's
They only sold
lower.
2019. They only sold 2384 370Zs.
Wait, 2,884.
2,384. Yep.
That's super
Wow.
low. That is super low.
Dude, it freaking all going back to, oh my God, man.
Is that just in America?
I think so. Wait a second. Yeah.
I would assume so. Most of it. Pull up what?
Yeah, it looks like it might be. Dude, they haven't sold over 10,000 units since 2010.
Who's handling their finances?
Nissan, apparently. I mean, dude, this is just
How are they
bad.
still in business?
All the Versas,
from-
the Nismo Versa.
From what I know, it's all their in-house financing because there's a joke and it's been going around for a while saying that Nissan is a subprime lender that happens to also make cars. And that's probably the only thing that's been keeping them alive. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a conference call with their CEO. I think I saw it on an article on it online a few weeks ago where the Nissan CEO said, okay, we need to actually start focusing on making good cars. We need to do better. And then that was
Can
it.
you forward that to Chevy, please?
What is Ford and Chevy's numbers for 2019?
I don't have to look back and tell you it's not that low.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think
that low at all.
because are you comparing just Ford in general or
Let me
just
just
the Mustang?
let me just do
Ford.
2019 Ford. Let's do Ford Mustang EcoBoost sales.
There you go. I feel like that might be pretty low though.
Here we go.
I feel like there's a lot of them sitting on lots.
Well, I can tell you right now, okay, that oh my God. For 2019, for just the month of January 2019, okay? God, freaking Ford sold double what Nissan did just for the Mustang. That's 1 month.
That's painful.
That's so bad.
All right, Nissan, if you're watching this, you need to do better.
Yeah, pick it up, man. Come on, next half, it's got to be you.
Got to pump up the numbers.
Oh man! All right, let's not give the Nissan any more attention for right now. We'll see what happens.
Oh wait, yeah, here we go. The Nissan CEO blasted for 90. It was actually the Nissan CEO being blasted for 90 minutes at a dealer meeting, with dealers having a wide range of complaints, going from weak brand image to poor products.
Their commercials suck. I do not like their advertisings at all.
I didn't know they had commercials. That's new to me.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just saying Dodge has the best marketing team of any car manufacturer.
It's a lot better than Nissan's. Nissan right now is like what Chrysler was probably like in the 80s when they were going down, kind of.
The dealerships that are still Saturn are doing better marketing than all of Nissan.
Yes, they are.
Like, come on. Okay, let's bring it home. Let's wrap that one up. Awesome subjects. Hope you guys enjoyed it if you got this far. David, Anthony, thank you for joining us. Or joining me. I'm not talking to myself in third person again. Or am I? They're on to us. Anyways, we may end up trying to do podcasts like this maybe a little bit more regularly, just to try to keep everyone updated on what we've been doing. On the next one, we'll probably dive into kind of what David and I have been doing on the side. Secrecy.
I don't remember.
Secrecy.
I don't remember.
Secrecy.
Okay, I don't remember, but
It's okay. We'll talk about it. Anyways,
Okay.
we thank you guys so much for supporting us. Remember, we have the Desert Octane mystery box. You have a couple more days to enter for it. The link is in the bio. There's a couple of different ways. If you've reached here, hit the subscribe button because we love you and we want to make money because we love you. But anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next one. Virtual high five.
Okay.
Virtual high five. There it is. Oh, we're doing double. Okay. This is okay. All right. This is doing great. We're great.
All right. Bye.
Jesus.